Podcast title, Understanding Intra-Industry Trade and its Implications for UK Trade. Policy Post-Brexit. Hello, I'm Rhea. And in this podcast, I'll be discussing inter-industry trade IIT and how it can help us understand and shape the UK's trade policy in the post-Brexit era. This reflection builds on the activity from week 2, where I explored UK trade data and calculated the IIT index for a specific sector. I focused on the pharmaceutical industry, a vital part of the UK economy with significant trade ties to the USA and EU. The result of my calculation showed a very high level of intra-industry trade, indicating that the UK both imports and exports similar pharmaceutical products in large volumes. So, what does this tell us? A high IIT index means that the UK is deeply embedded in global supply chains, where raw materials, components, and finished goods cross borders multiple times before reaching the end consumer. As Grubel and Lloyd 1975 originally suggested, intra-industry trade reflects the importance of product differentiation and economies of scale, especially in high-tech or specialized sectors. Firstly, the UK needs to prioritize open trade relationships, particularly in sectors where IIT is high. Disrupting these flows through tariffs, customs delays, or regulatory divergence could harm productivity, innovation, and competitiveness. According to Baldwin 2019, today's trade is about making things together, not simply trading finished products, and high IIT sectors rely on this cooperation. Secondly, the UK's trade agreements must focus on regulatory alignment and mutual recognition, especially with key partners like the EU and US. In industries like pharmaceuticals, delays caused by differing product standards can stall production and increase costs. Technical barriers to trade can be just as damaging as tariffs, particularly in integrated industries. Thirdly, IIT data supports the need for sector-specific trade strategies. For example, the government might take a different approach to negotiating trade rules for pharmaceuticals, which show high IIT compared to agriculture, where trade is more one-directional. Finally, IIT indices offer policymakers evidence-based insights, rather than assuming that all exports are good and all imports are bad. IIT reminds us that imports often support exports, especially in advanced economies like the UK. A dose of realism is required when crafting trade policy in today's interconnected world. In summary, the high IIT index I found in the pharmaceutical sector highlights the UK's reliance on global trade networks. To remain competitive post-Brexit, UK trade policy must be informed, flexible, and sector-sensitive. Embracing the realities of inter-industry trade will help the UK maintain its role in global markets while supporting innovation and economic resilience. Thank you for listening.